Dr. Mark Assibey a character man the Bawumia campaign team no and all kinds and some are all kind of say only the doctor more Bawumia good for oil policy now or the buying a policy be a bargain for £4 a policy be a baby jigger for na some no could be motivated and I had two questions say be some yeah say ye piano actually say a day Bawumia pound mostly and some number fly President Bruno or the Imman Nano only in 1 2 3 to take so to say and pound and I want to buy me so teen seminal canal vision no a vision is a big bargain for pound doctor a Assibey say and no can
this gold for oil program.
The gold for oil program essentially
because Dr. Bawumia makes us believe that it's the only reason why the economy did not collapse.
No, there are two programs. There's the Bank of Ghana's gold purchase program. So the Bank of Ghana has been aggressively purchasing gold, and now they've increased tonnage. I don't have the numbers off head, but it's doing well, about 8.7 tons from about 2.2. So yeah, fairly good. Then there's the gold for oil program too. That one, the Bank of Ghana buys gold, and then when we import crude, we would use the gold as a barter, sort of. Now, the beautiful thing about what they are doing is that you are using cedis to purchase the gold, as it were, right now. Now, in the Zimbabwe case that he talks about the fixed exchange rate regime. Now, Dr. Bawumia talks about backing our currency with gold, okay? Now, if you want to go for a fixed exchange rate regime, like the Zimbabwean case, it's failed because you have to have the quantum of gold equivalent to the money supply. This is hard economics, so bear with me. Now, the money supply in Ghana right now is about $18 billion. Okay?
You mean the money circulation?
Yeah, M2.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah. So, if we had $18 billion right now as our reserves, then it means government stands ready to supply whatever forex is, but we don't have. Our reserves are around $6 billion, $7 billion. Okay, so if you have gold to the tune of, let's say, $18 billion, then hypothetically you could say that, okay, then I'm indexing my cedi to $1 1:2, backed by the gold. That's if you have to the tune of the money supply. So in the Zimbabwean case, I don't know the story, but then if you don't have the money supply, the extent of forex or whatever is backing the currency, you don't go there. You don't go there to fail, because when people demand forex, you don't have it.
Yeah, and that's why people are asking questions and raising concerns about transparency with this whole project. We don't know where they're purchasing it from, how much they're purchasing it for. All these things.
Do you know the Bank of Ghana? The Bank of Ghana is the most credible institution in this country.
Is it?
The Bank of Ghana. It is the most credible institution in the country. When they give us numbers, does anybody challenge their numbers? Have you ever heard that the Bank of Ghana says, oh, this is inflation, or this is...
But you know the NDC has accused the Bank of Ghana of an illegality.
Which is?
That's borrowing money or printing money for government without necessarily going through Parliament.
Show me where...
Exceeded the law that said that they were not supposed to go more than 5% of the previous years.
Because people are one power. Now, Domama is saying that the Good for You program is opaque. And you are latching into...
No, answer the question of the Bank of Ghana. Did they commit an illegality?
No. Government borrowed from Bank of Ghana. There are records. The Bank of Ghana is the lender of last resort.
Right.
When banks need money, they go to the Bank of Ghana. And when I'm government...
But they've got a limit. The law prescribes a limit.
What is the limit?
Not more than 5% of the previous year's tax revenue.
You see,
you know that.
You see, respectfully, you don't understand the issues.
Let me understand it.
Because there's a caveat. In extreme circumstances, then you set that one aside.
But there are rules as to how that
they are not subject to Parliament.
Really?
If you want one person who understands this matter, it is me. I've worked at the Bank of Ghana. I've chaired the Finance Committee.
Right.
Yes. So, tell me, which law says that when the Bank of Ghana is lending to government, they should subject it to Parliament? Which law?
And for Dr. Assibey and all Cassane, somebody gave a candidate be parliamentary pass a while soon, where somewhere or somewhere is an hour job comment with Eddie Mammy or comment and 7 or 2 so can see.
Law. The Bank of Ghana lending to Parliament.
So matter of fact, explain that. Not more than 5%. But explain that to me.
Yes, matter of they are saying that the lending to the government should not exceed 5% of the previous revenue in extreme circumstances. When they have given when there's a force majeure, when there's but you don't subject it to Parliament.
Really?
Yes.
What does the governor do then?
What does the governor do?
Yes.
You lend to government, but there are records. So that's how come this 60 billion issue arose. Because if they were doing it without records, how would you have known that the Bank of Ghana had lent money to the government to the tune of about 60 billion? For which the IMF said that we should write it off. Their contention was that why is the Bank of Ghana writing off the debt of 60 billion? And people are saying that, well, if people are doing debt exchange and they are taking a hit, why not the Bank of Ghana too? They lend to government. So that's what happened. The Bank of Ghana is not subject to Parliament in their lending to government. On a daily basis, every Friday, the government goes for an auction at the Bank of Ghana. Whenever you buy treasury bills, the government is going.
Who's the Bank of Ghana accountable to then?
To their board. The board of Bank of Ghana, that's what it is. And then, of course, there's a law. They subject themselves to Parliament in terms of their foreign exchange receipts, the audited accounts. They go to Parliament for that one. But I'm saying that in their day-to-day operations, Bank of Ghana has lifted a reserve requirement to 13% for bank. On a day-to-day basis, they go to Parliament to ask for that. No.
You think government handled the debt exchange program well?
I thought you asked that already. Yeah, to the extent that now we got the pensioners to come on board. You know, initially, I think we didn't consult widely enough, but later on they did a second round. So for you to come back and do a second round means the first round didn't go well. But ultimately, about 204 billion cedis have been exchanged. I think it's a good start. And then
will you take up the position of finance minister if it's offered to you?
Why are you asking me?
But you are chair of the finance committee.
There are so many qualified people, and I think when
you saw how the Ghana Web introduced you, they said you're shadow finance minister. Would you take it?
People write all.
Would you take it?
My interest is in Dr. Bawumia winning the election.
Would you take it if you're appointed finance minister?
Can we get ahead of... let's not get ahead of ourselves. When he's president and he puts his team together, wherever he deems right to put people, let's give people... What's this thing about people chasing positions and I'm going here and this person is going... I'm not like that. No. Those who know me, they know that I don't live for these things. They don't mean anything to me.
This gold for oil program.
Yeah, the gold for oil program essentially...
because Dr. Bawumia makes us believe that it's the only reason why the economy did not collapse.
No, there are two programs. There's the Bank of Ghana's gold purchase program.
Right.
So the Bank of Ghana has been aggressively purchasing gold. And now they've increased tonnage. I don't have the numbers offhand, but it's doing well, about 8.7 tons from about 2.2.
Right.
So, yeah, fairly good. Then there's the gold for oil program too. That one, the Bank of Ghana buys gold, and then when we import crude, we would use the gold as a barter, sort of. Now, the beautiful thing about what they are doing is that you are using cedis to purchase the gold, as it were, right now. Now, in the Zimbabwe case that he talks about the fixed exchange rate regime. Now, Dr. Bawumia talks about backing our currency with gold. Okay, now if you want to go for a fixed exchange rate regime like the Zimbabwean case, it's failed because
anything for Michelle and I, you're from your Ghanatube, so my grandma.